Hey Skip, you know what I want to talk about today?
What's that?
Being able to control the direction of the ball.
Oh yeah, it's key in playing a great game of tennis, controlling the ball.
Absolutely. You're seeing a lot of big swings nowadays on TV, and the club players are watching it, they're trying to mimic it, and they just don't quite get how the rotation works.
So maybe you could help us with that today, Pete.
Well, Danielle, she's got a match tonight, and I don't want her hitting irresponsibly.
Nothing worse than irresponsible hitting.
Oh no.
Danielle,
Yes?
give me that.
Danielle, how many buckets of balls have you been hitting today like that?
Only a couple.
Only a couple.
Maybe a little more than a couple.
Maybe a little more than a couple. Well, Danielle, you're not doing any things I taught you. You're rotating like this and going like that. Your balls are going all over the place. Where did you get that from?
Well, I was watching a video of Nadal and I was trying to do that same thing.
Oh, I understand. Well, today I need to show you my steering wheel technique for being able to change the directions and control the ball.
Steering wheel.
Yeah, well, when you're driving, is it a good idea to be driving down the road like this?
No.
Well, that's kind of how you're hitting the ball today.
Okay.
Right? You'd rather drive like this, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay, well, let me show you how we would do it on the tennis court.
Okay.
Okay, so if I'm going to hit a backhand down the line,
Okay.
watch what I do. I get set, and I go out there. That ball would go down the line.
Okay.
Okay? Now, if I want to go cross court, it's going to make a little change, and that ball went cross court.
That's right, because friends don't let friends flail.
Okay, but there wasn't a lot of difference there. And I was not looking like that.
It's tough to see. I'm going to show you by hitting some balls.
Okay, that'd be
Okay?
good. Okay.
Okay, Danielle, so watch this. I'm going to hit the first ball down the line,
Okay.
and I'm going to hit the second ball cross court. So watch
Okay.
the difference here. I get set, down the line. Now this one's going to go up and over cross court. Here we go, down the line again, and cross court. Now watch, do you see the subtle little differences I'm doing?
Very subtle.
What I'm doing is when I'm going down the line, I'm going to step more in that direction when I want to step into the ball. And I'm also going to hold my hips longer, okay? So watch the hips and watch the step. So here we go. I hold the hips longer and go out there. Now when I'm going to go cross court, I'm going to step slightly different, okay? And I'm going to open up the hips just a tad earlier, okay? So here we go. And I'm opening up the hips just a tad earlier. I'm going to step out that way. You can also do this with the open stance. So I'm going to go open again. I'm going to come here. I'm going to get my legs like this. And I'm going to hold longer and then push out to get it to go down the line. That's more what the pros are doing today. And then cross court. The other thing I like to do when I'm going to go cross court is maybe even step out forward a little more so I can get around the ball. And then I'm going to go a little earlier with my hips.
Okay.
So here I go, and then earlier with the hips. And you can see that those balls are going in completely different directions,
Yeah.
like changing lanes on a highway, but very subtle.
It is very subtle.
Man, Skip, thank God we showed up there just in time. Danielle was an absolute mess when we showed up.
Oh, Pete, it was almost a tennis disaster.
It was a tennis disaster.
Well, fortunately, you were able to show Danielle some great things. The subtle hip rotation, a nice full stroke. Oh, it just went from terrible to terrific.
Absolutely. Well, should we see him next week with another tip?
Oh, from Pete and Skip.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.